Where are we? Are there provisions the Senate has time to strip out in reconciliation before we get to appropriations?
Absolutely. So most importantly for everybody, what this bill does, it prevents the largest tax increase in American history. And that's a great thing. Between that and other provisions, the average hardworking American family is going to get to keep $1,000 of their own hard-earned money. On the other side of it, the House has already cut about $1.7 trillion. I think our big focus over here on the Senate is what else can we cut from the spending side of things. So that's what we're hung up on right now. Do we go after SALT? Do we go after Medicaid some more? Are there more IRA provisions we can go after? Where can we slash some spending as we get ready for appropriations?
You know, I had one of Trump's former economic advisors on my radio show, Dr. Paul Winfrey, and I asked him, I said, you know, this idea of congressional rescissions is really exciting. When was the last time we had one? He said 30 years ago. So we haven't had a president, and was Bill Clinton to his credit, who was willing to send that petition to Congress. Now, the first is $9.4 billion, not a big deal. But if it can get passed, there could be a series of them, and we could really ensure that we don't find ourselves mired in deficits. And with economic growth, we could find ourselves potentially starting to pay off the debt.
You know, exactly. So this $9 billion over 10 years, when we're talking, you know, in comparison to what we're doing in reconciliation, it feels like a $90 billion savings to me. And it's too bad over on the House side. I know we already got some Republicans weak-kneed about defunding some of the public radio, that type of thing. So that's very sad to me. But this should be the first of many. And then as we get geared up for an appropriations process, we start going through line item by line item, this will help give us some direction there as well. And hopefully mean true meaningful savings and get down towards a $6.5 trillion budget. That would be my personal goal.
Well, I don't understand why some Republicans would go weak. The country knows. Voters know. I mean, when you look at these crazy statistics about what every man, woman, and child, you know, owes on the public debt, I mean, it's insane. You know, Republicans are trusted more on the economy. Why would anyone get weak when the country said, here, do this. This is what we want. You know, I mean, every Republican supported DOGE, and now there are some Republicans like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're starting with low-lying fruit. This first one should be easy.
It should be a slam dunk. And to your point, the average American, each of us owe, I don't know, $102,000, $105,000 of a $36 trillion debt, growing every day as well. So this is still the number one issue that this country faces is our national debt. We're going to spend $1 trillion on interest this year. We're going to take in $5 trillion, but spend $7 trillion, a delta of $2 trillion. This is impossible. And that's why we need to go back and look at something like Medicaid. How can we strengthen Medicaid to save it for those who need it the most? Our spending on Medicaid has increased 50% in 5 years. That's but one example of government gone wild. And there's multiple opportunities in this and through reconciliation, as well as going through some of the DOGE hits as well.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.